cute little top and cute little me. I was really gonna say a cute little top and a cute little bottom. But you don't need to clip that. There we go. Right in the middle, perfect. Perfect. If I get on top, I can't be stopped. I don't know what you're drawing. I don't know what you're drawing, Shelby, but if you have to ask, should I give it a mouth? I don't think you should.
Should I give it a mouth?
Always give it a mouth.
He has a mouth now.
Oh my gosh. Not break the warrior code. You need all the herbs for the clouds. I do. I do. Wait. Is that a weed joke? I don't smoke. I don't know. But we're gonna give Chive and Scale their warrior names. Because right now they have bleh, random rogue names, right? Oh my god, I'm dying.
My Halloween hoodie and a Santa hat.
Hi!
I love it. I think
My name's Mr. Ice. I'm choking.
There we go.
That's all Thanksgiving is.
Hello, everybody! Welcome on in. I hope you're all doing well and swell. We are excited to yap at you today. If you are a regular viewer of mine, I still did put the prediction up, and I also do have the dailies. So feel free to grab first. Feel free to grab your I was reading high stream when I read it as hot. But we're gonna switch over, and then you guys can hear Mossy. Yippee! Okay, Mossy, they can hear you now. And then we go here. Hi!
Hi!
We're taking this very seriously, I promise. We were just playing around with items before. Because neither of us use this very often.
You can put items on other people now.
Yeah, it's so good. So if you're a regular viewer of mine, you know that this is one of my many Pokemon hoodies that I do have. Of course, credits for all that stuff is linked in the About section. If you click on the artist panel, it takes you to a whole spreadsheet of every single artist that I've ever used. I'm not strictly opposed to grabbing a hot streamer. I mean, I got Mossy right here.
Ayo.
I'm kidding. We're both cute. But hi! We're both, like, very, like, giggly and, like, very, like, ah! Right now.
We're excited and nervous, I think, is what's happening.
Yeah. Definitely. We've been working on V-Duality, I think, for, like, 8 months? 9 months?
Yeah.
I
think around there, yeah.
It's been a very long time since I was with a streamer group before called the Baddies. So even when I was with the Baddies, I was working on this with Mossy in the background. Oof, sunburns are not fun. Oof, that's rough.
Okay,
I'm gonna keep my ad manager up, that way we don't talk about important things when ads happen, but we've got 22 minutes without ads, so we should be good. But yeah, for those of you who don't know us, hi, my name is Melissa Rise. Normally I'm a Pokemon and variety VTuber and Facecam streamer. We're currently using the Suika model because my 2.0 isn't done yet. It will be done in August. So, yeah.
And hi, I'm Mossy. I'm also a variety streamer, but mostly cozy vibe stuff. And I'm a fairy VTuber who maybe might occasionally do some facecam / handcam streams. We'll see.
Yeah. And we're the founders of V-Duality. So, we have ever so kindly asked you all, if you have questions and such, to send them our way about V-Duality, about auditioning, what the process is gonna be, all that good kind of stuff. It's gonna be kind of an informal Q&A, so if we kind of don't answer things in a certain order or anything, if you have a question too that you feel like wasn't answered, feel free to put it in the chat, obviously, and we will get to that. If it's something that we already have written here, we have a bunch of questions that were written down that we gathered, so we'll probably go through these first. But if your question is something that wasn't already answered on our pre-written questions, then we will make sure to address it. Yeah, that sounds good, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, the first question is probably, what is V-Duality?
What is it?
Yeah, hell if I know. No, I'm kidding. I'll read the blurb to you all. But V-Duality is a new VTuber group that also allows facecam and handcam content. Our goal is to start as a group before evolving over time to a more corporate agency-like structure. So what does that mean? So we're basically wanting to form a group that will be long-term, and that we also want to allow people the freedom of doing facecam. Facecam, I feel like it's becoming more common in the VTuber space, but it is, it's definitely, I think at the time when we were creating this, definitely a very frowned upon thing.
Super frowned upon, yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, personally, Mossy was actually the first VTuber that I had ever seen actually also do facecam. And I mean, I knew what Mossy looked like already, we've met well before, but I was like, oh, Mossy does both. That's really cool. And so Mossy was actually an inspiration for me to be like, oh my gosh, I could do both. And so we wanted to kind of create a space where people could have the freedom to do both.
Yeah. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah. Also, if I'm moving around a lot, it's because I'm testing my track and it always messes up. So if you see me resync at some point, it will probably happen. Fleshy. I call them flesh tubers. I don't dislike flesh tuber.
I kind of hate the word flesh, but it's fine. It's all good.
I think calling somebody fleshy sounds worse than flesh tuber.
Yeah, it does.
That's just me though. Also,
it reminds me of when people would call freshmen freshies.
Yes,
that's what it is.
When I was in 6th grade, they would call us sixlets.
Oh, that's cute.
And then when you're in 7th grade, you were a sevi.
Ooh.
Sevi kind of sounded cool, but I was like, I don't know. Oh my goodness.
That's so fair.
But yeah, our auditions, we do have the audition link pinned in the chat. That it takes you directly to the form, but you can also type !V-Duality in chat, and that pulls up here. I'll do it. I'll do the first one for you all. And that will also give you our Discord link. Yay!
Woo, V-Duality.
Definitely join the Discord, because even if you don't want to audition, even if you just want to vibe and follow and see, definitely join there, because it's gonna be a good space.
Yeah, we're gonna make it a nice place for anyone who's who it falls under the umbrella of content creator or viewer of VTubers, you know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly that. And honestly, I'm the kind of person who's just helpful. If you ask me like, oh, can I have your opinion on something? I will probably give it to you if you ask very nicely too. So
Mhm.
it'll just be a good collaborative, fun space in general. So
The goal is to be helpful.
yes. Yes.
Yes.
But when are auditions closing? Auditions are open now until July 21st. So you have a little bit over a month to get your application in. That's gonna be perfect. We already got somebody hopping in. Yay!
Yay.
Don't mind me. I'm being weird about the Discord. I just constantly have it open. Don't mind me. I promise I'm not stalking anybody. Just myself. Okay. So yeah, you guys have until July 21st to get those auditions in. Let's see. Who can apply? I was like, they're literally in order, and I'm like, what question is next? Who can apply?
Who can apply? Anyone.
Anyone.
Anybody can.
What does
I
that
think,
mean, Mossy? Where do they have to be from the United States?
No.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all don't have to be from the US. Thank goodness.
Our only like rule about auditioning is that you have to be 18 plus. That is our only rule. But other than that, we're welcoming anyone. Anybody, all genders, all orientations, before that's even asked. I feel like that for us, I feel like that goes without saying, but
Yeah.
if you don't know us.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah. We're both very gay, and very happy about it. So yeah, we're if you are gay, you are welcome. If you're not gay, you're also welcome. Our real like one thing where we're like, you can't be this, and it tells you right on the application, don't be an ass. Just don't be an asshole. That's literally it. The bar is on the floor. No, I'm kidding. But that's it. That's our only thing that you cannot be, is you cannot be an ass. But you can be from anywhere in the world. You can be from any time zone, any gender or sexual orientation. We will welcome you.
I think that's a big thing. I want to really emphasize
Yes.
I want to emphasize the gender thing. I don't know why I looked at you when I said that, but I just really want to emphasize that. I think there are a lot of groups that kind of have a strange, not strange, but like a very like hard rule. That's what I wanted to say. A very hard rule about like no boys allowed. We're not that way. So
No.
if you're a male VTuber, we want you in here just as much as anyone else. So
Yes, you can be a Guzzlord. Also, hi Shadow. And so I don't know if you heard that, but
No,
which every time Shadow enters chat, it's just a Guzzlord screaming.
does it go? How does it sound? Is it like
It's just ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm so sorry, Raven. I was jump scared by that. I kind of forgot about it today. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, like it was very important to like, I mean, both of us, but especially Mossy, that this was like a very good welcoming place. And like, for me, I'm like, well, duh.
Inclusive.
But yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we it's definitely one of our most important things for us.
Yes.
Okay, moving down. How many talents do you plan to cast?
Ooh, good one.
So I kind of wrote most of these answers, so if I'm talking, then you know why. But this is kind of to be determined. It's going to kind of depend on how many applications we get, and also just how we're feeling. Basically, as we go through the process, you know, we don't really have like a number in mind, but probably loosely in the range between 3 and 7 is what I was thinking.
Yes, yeah.
Like those feel like a good number range. So like it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5. You don't know. So yeah.
Around 3 to 7, just because then it would be manageable for all the things we want to try to do for people, I think.
Yes, because we want to make sure nobody's getting overlooked. We want to make sure that we can create value for all of the talents that are cast. By the way, you might be like, talents, like, why are you throwing this word? So Mossy and I are the hosts of V-Duality. So we're the hosts, but we're also talents, but mostly hosts.
Yes.
And then people who are cast from the audition process will be called talent. So if you see us say host versus talent, Mossy and I are hosts. We're the ones in charge. We're the ones making sure everybody's having a good time, you know, like a good hostess would, or host, you know. It's like a host club. Oh my god, we're making a host club. It's not a host club. It's not a host club. I need to manage chat's expectations, actually.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Although that would be a fun, like,
That's a fun idea.
event, like a fun event where we all are like hosts once we pick our talents. Whatever, I don't know.
Wait, that would actually be. I'm writing that down as an idea. Hold on. Okay. Host club night, because you're gonna teach me about VR chat. So maybe we could do it in VR chat.
Oh my god, a VR chat version would be so fun.
Okay.
Okay.
I put it in the mod chat, so now the
I
mods
see the
just.
thing. That's
Oh.
so funny.
Oh gosh,
Alright.
I lost my spot. Where was I on?
What are the talent benefits?
Oh, okay, cool. We have a lot. Do you want to read this one?
Sure. Hey, glad you asked.
Oh, here, wait.
Read it exactly how you wrote it.
No, wait, here. Then let me set up. Hold on. Hey, Mossy, what are the talent benefits?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. All talents will receive a custom key art visual from our key artist, who is amazing, by the way. Can vouch. And then support from the host, which is me and Melissa. We'll have a vetted group to organize collabs with, low stream quota, split pay from group donations for use towards making stream content better. So potentially, we would, like, through those donations, if you're a person who does not quite have like a model or anything, we would try to save up funds for that kind of thing and things like that.
Exactly. So, like, if you're planning a big event, you know, maybe if you're about, you know, your 1.0 is on its way out and you're like, hey, and you're a talent with us, right? And you're like, hey, I'm ready to retire this model, but I'm not quite there yet. We have a group donation link, which if you type V-Duality after a minute, that will pop up in chat. It's also my donation link now in my About section. It takes you right to the V-Duality page now, which, fun fact, all of my funds from my subathon are going right back into V-Duality. So,
Woo!
yeah. Subathons are a really good fun time, so if you guys want to make sure I stream a whole bunch and V-Duality gets some awesome support, definitely swing by then. That'll be in July before auditions close. So, yeah. But yeah, so lots of benefits up front, and really the other kind of benefit is, I'm gonna kind of like, I have another question here that said, do we have a management services? So I'm going to kind of touch on this now, but we're not formally a management service, nor do we have any formal management services employed at this time. It's definitely something that we can look into, but we're really going to be gauging things based off of our talents that we do cast.
Right.
Because, you know, if we don't want to put anybody into a box necessarily, so we have an idea of, you know, we're kind of, the auditions are more of a vibe check if you really think about it. And we just want to make sure that, like, we're getting people in that, you know, we can actually support and that we can actually, you know, provide value to. If somebody comes in and they already have everything in the world, I don't know how much of a support that we can be other than cheerleaders, you know, which is great. We will be your cheerleader.
I will cheer so hard.
Yes. Like, that's still, like, don't feel count out if you're like, well, I have my life figured out. That's fine. We love that. Just, you know, there's, you know, if everybody is at the same level kind of, and everybody has kind of similar goals, you know, if, for example, if we cast 5 people, let's say, and 4 people hate singing, but 1 person does like singing, we're obviously not going to put funds towards a group song, for example, right? Like, we could put funds towards that other person getting a solo song. Like, that's definitely something we could work towards, right? But we're not gonna, like, force anything on anybody.
Right.
At least in terms of content like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, no one will be forced to sing.
Yeah, no, you won't be forced to sing. Only me. If you're on my streams, it's a musical now. No, I'm kidding. I do sing on my streams, though. Like, I cannot sing amazingly, but it does happen.
Me too. It's funny how that
It's funny how that happens.
how that works.
We've both put on concerts.
We have.
I was like, can't sing, puts on 2 concerts. Love
Yeah,
it.
right.
Okay, but speaking of like boxes and stuff, next one is, does V-Duality have a stream quota? We do.
Yes.
But it's very
It's
low.
not that intense.
No. It's very low. Our stream quota is at least 3 streams a month. We feel like that's pretty manageable, you know? I'm pretty structured. I would say Mossy's less structured
Yes.
normally.
I would say so, yes.
So, you know, we can literally your hosts here are great examples of you can do both. I just got the song where it's like, I can do both. I can do both.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we feel like it's a good minimum. And then if, you know, people need to take breaks or something like that, we'll work with people. The biggest thing is
Of
we
course.
do want people to be active. I can't tell you how many groups I've seen or been a part of where there's a lot of activity at the start for like a month or so,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden everybody's done.
Yeah.
So we've both been streaming for a very long time. And like
Yeah.
breaks are definitely normal. I think we've both taken our fair share of like longer breaks and stuff.
Hiatuses.
Yeah, like little mini hiatuses or just, you know, as I've seen some people
Wait.
say, a definite hiatus, where you know you're coming
know.
back.
Restarting an entire channel. You know, casual.
Yeah.
casual.
Yeah, or restarting. You never know. Anything could happen. But yeah, we're very understanding, so we'll work with people if they need to take a break. But for the most part, we need all of our talents to be active, and 3 streams also gives you time to work on other things. So if you are somebody who also wants to make video content, or if you want to make shorts, or if you want to do a podcast or something, like just having the stream quota at least lets us know that you're still being active, and then we can still, you know, keep an eye out for those other projects in the background. And, you know, maybe if somebody wants to do 2 streams a month and then they use those 2 streams for other content or something, that's like something we can definitely like work with too. So, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I feel like I'm talking so much.
No, you're good.
Here, you-
Also going back to like like the benefits, I guess, of us being like part of this, being
Yeah.
you all maybe joining up with us. As Melissa said, we do have like between the 2 of us a lot of background in the streaming world, in various parts of it. And I think that is going to be a huge help for anyone who's like, you know, newer to streaming or just doesn't understand all those parts of it. There's a lot of moving parts. And then the social media side of things, I'm not a social media manager. I want to make that very clear. But
yeah.
I am a person who has managed social media and has my own stuff, and I know the some tips and tricks that could help people out, I think. And Melissa is, as I think has been hinted at, a lot more organized out of the 2 of us, and she would be good at, like, you know, helping you out with figuring out scheduling and things like that. And you know,
I'm really good at and really enjoy event planning.
Mhm.
So anytime people are like, well, I want to do a big event, and they're like, well, I want to do it on this date, we'll make it happen. I don't know how,
Right.
I don't know when, but it will happen, and it will make it good. That's how all my events go, and they're all good. So
and that's how V-Duality happened. So
in many
Melissa
ways,
said,
yes.
what's happening? So I said, okay.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you want to do this? Okay,
I said
cool.
yes.
And I was like, cool, we're doing this now. I was gonna say, Mossy didn't get a
Okay,
choice.
but when do I get to come back? Everyone knows that I carry the stream.
Oh, not my TTS. Ace is my mascot, who normally does TTS. Ace will be coming back with the 2.0. Don't worry. He's not getting an update or anything. I just haven't set him back up. But he'll come back with 2.0. I promise. I promise. And then when eventually I do my 3.0, he'll have a little outfit upgrade. But that's secret.
Yeah.
He'll be
I
more
know about
fluffy.
it.
Yeah, no, Mossy knows about it. It's so exciting. Mossy and I are the same. By the way, I'm just gonna yap about bullshit because we're in ads right now. But no, like, I told Mossy what my 3.0 is gonna be, and then Mossy was like, oh my god, not same, but like, because I was like, oh, as soon as I got my 2.0, I was like, I'm ready for my 3.0. And Mossy was like, same.
Literally me. Yeah, I literally did the same thing. This is my 2.0, and I was like, man, I like it, but I have ideas.
See, that's the thing. Mossy and I are so I call and also I don't know if we're still in ads, so I'm just gonna talk about one more like kind of bullshit thing, but it's not bullshit, you know. I classify people in the creative space in two categories. There's ideas people and there's doers. And Mossy and I are both doers. We can come up with ideas, but the thing is we carry out our ideas. Maybe not the bad ones. But yeah, we make things happen. Ideas people have their place. Don't get me wrong, because they're, you know, you do need an idea, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, we're definitely people who take those ideas and we're like, okay, let's actually do something with this. So it's very great to have it's very great to have Mossy as like a partner in this project, because like I'm just so grateful because like we're both so on the same page for so many things. Like we hardly have to talk about things because it's just like, oh, we're doing this, right? And it's like, oh yeah, of course. Like
literally when we were picking out our artist for the art, we were like, do we agree on this? Immediately, yes. We only had like one disagreement, and then that was it. We were picking stuff out.
Yeah, a fun fact, when we were choosing our artists for like our key artist, which will be done probably by the time auditions close, we literally did a gauntlet style, and we were both just like, no, yes, no.
It was like Tinder. Swipe left,
it was.
swipe right.
We made Tinder, but with artists. It was great. Hi Natalie, V-Duality Pog. Yes, V-Duality Pog. But yeah, so did we touch on that? That's where the name comes from, is because we're allowing people to do face cam and hand cam. Did we talk about that? We talked about that.
I think not explicitly, but we did talk about that fact.
Well, that's where it comes from. Yay! It's because you can do both. You can do both. How's that song go like? I can be a boy toy, I can be something. I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know the song? Okay, I don't know it either.
I just have like, you can be whatever you like. That's what's stuck in my head.
Oh, that one! No, it's definitely. Wow, there's so many songs now. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm trying to get us back on track.
Okay, questions, Q&A. Here we are. Do I have to have experience streaming? Does the platform matter?
Oh. Do you want to answer this, or do you want me to
answer it? I can. You know what? You know what we should do for the rest of this? Take turns.
Yes, we should.
So I'll answer this one. So you can have. Sorry, let me read the question again. Do I have to experience streaming? Does the platform matter? V-Duality, we're gonna accept casts, talents who stream on either Twitch or YouTube. Obviously, if you stream on Twitch, that would help with some aspects of it for sure, because we stream on Twitch, but you don't have to. Being at least an affiliate on Twitch is preferred, but it is not a requirement. Streaming experience is technically required. However, your audition is what will be considered first and foremost. One of the things we talked about off stream and things like this while we were planning V-Duality is like having at least what did we say, a month of streaming under your belt.
Yeah,
kind of one of the things we're looking for. So that would be the answer to that.
Yeah, but also like if you haven't streamed, but maybe you have experience making like video content, for example, if you've been doing that for some time and like that's a good example of like stuff that you do, that's fine too. Like we would accept that, but like you would have to stream. We are a streaming group first and foremost, so yeah. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to add on to that. I don't think I do. But yeah, just, you know, we're gonna look at, oh, I remember what I was gonna add. Like, we are gonna look at your, because actually this ties into a question we got later, which was something along the lines of, can you add additional information to your application? Like, or how would you submit additional things for us to look at? You won't. We really just want to look at your audition. And from there, I don't really want to give, you know, our audition process is pretty transparent, to be honest, compared to like other groups or agencies or anything like that. So we don't want to give everything that we're doing away, but you know, we're gonna do some vetting, you know, so if that hints at anything for you, then there you go. Otherwise, we're gonna be looking at your audition first and foremost, and then from there we will decide who moves on to audition, or not audition, interviews.
Interviews.
And all of those decisions, this was another question, so I'll just kind of address this, and then I'm taking a very long time on my your turn talking.
You're fine.
But we're anticipating about a week to decide who we will be interviewing after auditions close, because Mossy will be out of town for some time during that first week, and then I also just work full time. So, and I'm working like 50 hours a week right now. So I want to make sure. Yeah, but we gotta get that money before Anime Expo.
It's true.
But yeah, so that's basically it when it comes to that. Just yeah. Just audition. Yay! Lincoln pin chat.
Yeah.
Okay. I will technically ask and answer this next one. Do I have to have a custom model? Does my model have to be Live 2D? You do not need a custom model. You can use Live 2D, 3D, PNG, or any other form of VTuber model, even those very scary photorealistic ones. You could do it. The only thing we require is that you have streaming usage rights to the model you use. And of course, please credit your artist. That's what we really care about.
Yes.
Yes. Do you have anything to add on to that?
No.
Cool. I guess it's your turn.
Great. I guess, you know, I do have like a note about like, if you don't have those things, we could potentially, if your audition's immaculate,
yeah,
we might be like, you know, maybe we can help you, point you in a direction of where you can find those things, you know. Anyway.
Also, I'll be right back. I have to pee really bad, but you got this question on your own. I believe in you. I'll be right back.
This girl.
Chat can still hear you.
Okay, hi chat. So the next question is, when will audition results be announced? Okay, so I think we kind of touched on this a little bit, but I want to go into the details. So we are going to be providing feedback to anyone and everyone that requests feedback. There's a whole thing on the forum for that. We have participated in many different audition processes before this, in the creator sphere, voice acting, theater, all that kind of stuff. Me and Melissa both, and we know how disheartening it can be to not know why you were not considered further, or even if you did make it past the first round and second rounds, what you did well, right? So you can do improve for the next one you choose to do, or whatever. So it was important to Melissa specifically that those who would like to direct feedback about their audition receive it, so they know what to keep an eye out for in future auditions. VDuality will not provide additional information about other auditions or compare auditions in feedback forums, but we will give you feedback. We can promise that. Yes, we are gonna provide, we're gonna do feedback to all applicants, set up a second round interview process 1 week after applications close. And after all interviews have been conducted, we will have our final casting decisions. So talent announcements will be made on the V-Duality socials and at a special streamed event. We'll also probably contact you via Discord if you are chosen for any of those rounds.
You did perfect. I just came back. You nailed it. You nailed it. But yeah, we've both we can talk about this a little bit. Not too much, but yeah, like Mossy said a little bit, like we've both sorry, I'm like winded. I like ran back from the bathroom.
Sprinted.
I sprinted, you guys. No, I didn't. I don't sprint. I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. Hold on.
I'm gonna drink my Dr. Pepper.
Of course you are. Mossy and her Dr. Pepper.
Hey. Yeah,
it is on brand for you. But yeah, we've both been through a lot of audition processes for many different types of projects, and I think anybody who's auditioned for literally anything ever will tell you you have to get used to hearing no, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's never an easy thing to hear. And I don't like telling people no. So if I have to tell people no, or yes even, I want to make sure they have the option to know why, basically.
Yes, and here's why, or no, and here's why.
Exactly. So when we boil it down, like that's kind of what it comes from. And as Mossy said, yes, this was something where I was like, this is a me thing that I want to make sure. And ideally for any other future waves that we have, it would be the same process.
Yes.
I did also want to touch on the comparison. So that means like if you and your friend have talked both about auditioning, like, oh yeah, we both auditioned. Like, can we, both have our, you can compare together off of what we've said, but we won't tell you both each other's information,
No. Yeah,
like
we're
that's
not gonna be like, wow, person A did this so well and person B sucked at it.
yeah, like we're not gonna do that. So sorry if that's something that you want. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say on that point. So good job.
Thanks.
That was when auditions. God, I really made you read the longest one. I'm so sorry.
No, it worked out because it was the longest and you had to go pee. It was perfect.
Yeah. All right, okay, we have, I'm gonna skip that top one on that second section that I posted for right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can touch on that towards the end.
Yeah.
I think we kind of touched on this a little bit already. Is who are we?
Yeah. I think, I mean, beyond the two of us, the only other people that are involved in V-Duality are our mods, who are amazing. So,
yes. So our mods currently are, you'll see them in the server, but they are Cass, Boulahan, and Colossus. Those are our 3 mods currently for V-Duality. They are very well equipped to, handle questions and stuff. But don't pester them either,
Huge note for me. Do not, if you message any of our mods about your audition or anything like that, I personally am gonna say no to you.
Yeah, even if you have the best audition, if you break the rule and DM any of the mods, any of the hosts asking in the future when we have an established wave and we cast for other future waves, if you message any of those talents, begging for a spot or something, absolutely not.
Do not harass people. I'm not about that.
Yeah.
And my mods will tell me, so don't even try it.
Oh yeah, no, here's the thing about all of our mods, they tell us everything. They will tell us everything. So
I had to get serious for a minute because I don't want to be messed with.
Yeah, no. When we say you can ask questions, we mean in the server, you can open a support ticket, and you can inquire is this okay to post? Is this type of thing allowed? Where would I put this type of thing? Any of your questions, support tickets in the Discord. That's gonna be your best spot. And again, you guys can type vduality, !vduality in chat. That will be a permanent command for my channel moving forward. And yeah, it'll pull up, yep, see, pulls up the audition form and it pulls up the Discord link so you guys can join.
Yes, and I'm not responsible if you choose to do that, how mean you get a response from somebody, because that's on you.
Oh, if they DM, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is one of our rules too, listed there in the server too, is do not DM us for that purpose. If we invite you to DM us for something, you're welcome, and that is not part of the rule. You know, you're not breaking the rule in that instance.
Right.
But you know, we tell each other everything regarding vduality, so
Yes.
there will be no secrets.
Mm.
Okay, that one is done. Do you want to do that next one? It's the values question.
Sure. What are the values of vduality, and how do those organizing vduality plan to uphold these values? What are the qualifications of those leading vduality currently? So that one we kind of touched on already.
We did,
so
yeah,
I'm
I
not
didn't
gonna
realize.
get to that one. But the values, we don't have like a list set of values, I guess, technically, but like our main thing is that we want people to be kind and positive for the most part, but not like toxic positive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So a place of positivity in the VTubing sphere that's not like forced, if that makes sense. So we understand things come up. We understand that people have lives, people have bad things happen, and we just want to be a space where people can be supported, and yeah, those are our main values.
Yeah, we just all want to chill and like
Yeah,
do cool things.
and create really cool events that like we want to be like a place that people can go to as a resource, but also as like people who, you know, I think we're pretty entertaining, the two of us. So
I mean, we're a wild time. I'll say that. But yeah, like we really just like doing cool things, and this is just our way of inviting more people to do cool things and enable more people to do cool things that maybe you don't have the resources or know how to go about, you know? Or even if you do, that means that we can do cool things even better, you know? So that's kind of what it comes down to. Oh, I didn't even hear the dogs.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure if it went through or not, but they were so loud it scared me.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I couldn't even hear them. If you told me a dog was barking and squeaking, I would not tell you it was there.
Okay, good. God.
Oh my gosh.
They're so goofy. All right.
No, you're good. You're good. But I think this question in particular was also asking, like, in a way, like, what qualifies us as VTubers in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't like to advertise this, but I won't say anything, but I've talked to quite a few corpo people, basically, so I have an idea of how things go. I know what I've learned what works, and I've learned what doesn't work. And Mossy knows things from their experience of what does work and what doesn't work as well, and honestly, a lot of it lines up. So, you know, you're getting we're trimming the fat, so to speak, on a lot of our experiences. So
yes,
we're definitely qualified, and if you're cast, you'll really see that in full force.
Yeah. And I think too, another benefit is the two of us are, excuse me, the two of us are like, not to bring age into things.
Yeah.
But I think the two of us are like full-grown adults, which really helps with like, who also understand the balance between a job, like a full-time job, and streaming.
Yes.
So that's, I think, huge in the VTubing sphere, understanding that balance, understanding how to be, well, as a start an indie VTuber and continue that career is something that we have a lot of insight on. So yes.
Yep. And it's also okay if vDuality is a jumping off point for people too. You know, if you start at vDuality and then, you know, audition for something bigger or something, that's cool too. You know, we're here to be your
Yeah.
cheerleaders first and foremost. So whatever helps you grow, if we can be a step on that path, we're happy to be it, you know? So yeah. We're really about personal
Yes.
growth. I sound like a teacher right now. I'm like, personal development.
Growth mindset.
Follow your IEP.
Oh my lord.
Oh my gosh. I forget. Did I just ask answer the question? Did you?
I think you did. So
Your
no, I
turn.
did. I did.
You did.
It was-
Okay.
It's your turn.
It's my turn. I talk too much.
No, you don't. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Let me see. I kind of addressed that already. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Why does V-Duality intend on becoming an agency in the future, and what are your plans on accomplishing this goal? So obviously, we've kind of talked about how a lot of things are going to be customized to our talents that we do cast and such, and everybody's going to have a different goal in mind for what success is to them as a creator and a VTuber. So really what it comes down to is, I will say, while that's a goal, we're not in like a race or a rush to get to the agency finish line. We really just want to, you know, we're small, right? Like we're aware we don't have, you know, we don't have much capital to start with, right? But I'm a big believer of, if you have a dream, you start where you are and you make it work.
Yes.
Which maybe you're finding out, oh yeah, that is a theme amongst this stream today, you know? And that's kind of what the plan is, you know, to kind of start where everybody's at and slowly grow and build. And you know, maybe it's not slow, you know, and that's the thing too, but we're prepared for it if it's going to be slow. Because I think some people were like, oh my gosh, you're gonna become an agency, so like that's gonna be in like a year or something. It's like, no, not necessarily. You know, there's no timeline on when that happens, and you know, there's also a good chance maybe V-Duality is just a big group at some point and not ever an official agency. But we might operate in a similar way that an agency does in the future, you know? So we don't know exactly what that'll look like. You know, it'll be a learning process because, again, we're going to adapt to our talents that we cast. And we want to make sure everything's adaptable and, you know, really working well for everybody. If something doesn't work, we're going to make sure that we get rid of whatever doesn't work, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I want to, by the way, as like a side note, as we keep going on this, if you guys have any questions that we haven't answered already, please go ahead and, or if we have, we'll just repeat. Feel free to chat that. Say it in the chat. Chat that.
Chat that.
What in the world? Chat that.
Chat that.
I'm
Get
hip.
on the floor.
No.
Chat that. Give me some more. Chat that.
Leave it in the chat and we will answer them as we go. So we don't have to follow the list exactly as we go is what I'm saying. But going forward.
Not hashtag chat
list.
that. It's my new sticker coming to my shop soon.
No.
Oh,
yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. We're gonna kind of go back to like benefits a little bit for talents and stuff. I'm very big and I love merch, right? I know so much about merch processes and stuff. So that is one of my personal big benefits that I can offer. And, you know, we would love to have merchandise for any V-Duality talents that do want it. Some people do not want merch, and that is perfectly fine. If you don't want it, you don't have to, we won't make it for you. But, you know, I have so many artists. Mossy has so many artists. Like, I have so many manufacturers. Like, if you have a goal in mind, we can get it done for you, and we can get it done at a pretty good cost.
Absolutely.
So I have, for example, I'm like literally looking at my prototype acrylic standee, which will come out probably next year. I don't know, but I'm looking at that, and my manufacturer makes those at such a low cost that in small volume, I might add, that I can sell them for like $15 with shipping. Like, you won't find that price very often. And I have connections with Fourth Wall, which I know a lot of people know of Fourth Wall. It's a very big merch company. But I do have a direct contact there. So, you know, if that's one of your goals and dreams, we can make it happen.
Yes. Okay, it's my turn.
It's your turn. Okay.
If accepted, are we allowed to have a manager that is not affiliated with V-Duality? Yeah. We want what's best for you, right? At the end of the day. So if you want to have a manager that's, because we don't offer that service as of right now, we're totally fine with that. It's, again, we're more of a group right now, so it's more of the collab side of things, the like supporting each other side of things. If we end up becoming an agency, that rule might change, I guess. But because that, you know, then legal stuff comes in and it's a whole thing. But that is the current model.
Yep.
God, I can't answer questions without laughing at the end. I swear, I'm just nervous.
We're just very giggly people, which I think is good though. Like, you know, I think you guys would prefer us to be giggly and like approachable and stuff than like a pure
Serious.
stern face, like, you know?
Join the group.
Join the group. Be giggly. Be giggly with us.
Oh my god.
Never known Mossy
No.
to be giggly ever. To me, you lie.
No, I'm only serious actually. I don't know what you're talking about, actually. Anyway, next one.
Next one. But also with that, if, you know, at the point we do become a corpo or something along those lines, something more professionally and like, you know, we got articles of incorporation or something. We could always, if you do have a manager, we could always, the dono link is broken. Fuck, okay. It did break once. I thought I fixed it. I will have to look into it more. I will say there are no alerts that pop up from it. It did not want to work with Stream Elements last night, so I apologize. It's one of the things in the works. But it'll be fixed. It'll be fixed. I will fix it after stream. What was I saying? I was saying something important. Oh yeah, managers. If you do have a manager, we could also talk to your manager and see, you know, at that point if they wanted to become staff in some way, shape, or form, or if there was some type of agreement that could be met. So, you know, in the future, if that's something that arises, we're willing to work through anything, you guys. We're really
Particular.
willing to work through
Yes.
anything. That was really tough for me. It was
Yeah.
really willing.
Really willing.
Oh, that should not have been so
Seashells.
tough. She saw seashell
See?
down by the seashore.
Yeah, Peter Piper picked up patch of pickled peppers.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, but it's my question time.
Yes.
Oh, what question am I reading? Hold on.
Where are we based?
Oh. So, quote unquote operations, to be professional, are US based. But talent can be from anywhere. If this model changes in the future, which I don't perceive it to, but if it did for some reason when we eventually hopefully become incorporated at some point or more agency, we could, you know, we can address it at that time. But for now, no. And I remember seeing this question. I don't think I wrote it down. I remember there seeing a question about contracts. So to start, we won't have any formal contracts until we maybe get, gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm so gassy. This is why I don't eat before stream, but I ate before stream today, so oops. Basically, sorry, Mossy froze for a second. I was like, you good?
Oh, sorry, I was reading.
No, you're good. Your model just went so still. I was like, oh no, did Discord crash again? Did my collab?
That's me reading. That's my reading face. Sorry, I'm like a like a wildcat reading something. I'm going.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just like, oh no. But contracts. We won't have any formal contracts, at least for our first round at this time. We will ask everybody to agree to a set of rules or, understanding, and that's like to agree to, like the stream quota and like understand, letting you know you can come to us. It's a very general, just kind of handshake agreement. So nothing super serious. I'm gonna snooze this ad coming up. But yeah, also I will read Nat's question here. But did you want to touch on anything about contracts or anything like that?
No.
Cool. Hello, definitely not a paid actor here. Will you be looking to expand your moderation team in the near future? Do you want to answer this one or do you want me to?
You go ahead.
Okay. We actually talked about this. So at this time, we're pretty happy with our 3 mods that we do have. And we will discuss this and it'll be on a per, talent and mod vetting process. But we might allow at least 1 mod from every talent to possibly join as a moderator for the server, but we would have to vet them.
Yes.
So at this time, we're pretty happy with our 3 that we have. But if somebody has interest in becoming a moderator, always you can anybody can open a support ticket and kind of like ask that question to us, and we can assess. Nothing's impossible, but we won't have any formal moderator applications open at this time or anything like that. It'll be kind of invite basis for who our moderators are.
Yeah, and that might change based on how much we grow and that kind of thing, so.
Exactly. And also thank you for the follows. Thank you. I appreciate it. How do I pronounce your name? Meowmel Marcis Salim. I probably butchered that so badly. I'm so sorry. I've seen you in the Discord and stuff, so thank you. You will have to teach me how to say your name at some point. I apologize for butchering it, but thank you for the follow. But yeah, mods, we're pretty happy. But if somebody wants to be a mod or help out in some way, I know I have got some DMs from friends saying, "Hey, can I help?" And I'm like, I don't have anything for you to help with right now. But as soon as I do, I can let you know.
Yes. And the next question, if we're done with that one, I don't know if we are. Are we
Yes,
done?
we're done with that one.
Okay. How does Visuality plan to support their talents? We kind of touched on that already a little bit, right? Which is it's gonna be up to the talents, right? But we also have that group donation fund, which Melissa has pointed out a few times at this point. So through Pally, which I didn't know about existing until Melissa told me about it. So that was really cool. Yeah, so again, we're gonna work on getting talents goals organized, making timelines, getting everything underway for them. We'll assist in collab and event organization, creating new ideas, promoting any events. And also, as like I said, I would offer like my insights on like social media stuff and things like that. So that's what we would do.
Yeah. Also, I'm trying to fix the Pally link right now. 1 second.
Okay, yeah. Well, I can answer another question then.
Hell yeah. Yes, you can.
I'll start from the bottom up on this section, actually. Was it a sudden decision or was it planned for a long time to make this group? Well, I will tell you. It was not a sudden decision, really, at all. It was a very planned situation. We planned this out like 8-9 months ago, as Melissa touched on earlier. We kind of had been floating the idea before that to do this based off of our experiences we were having with different groups and things. And we're like, well, what would be great is if we made our own group, sort of, did what we know would work for people and like know like what would be a better experience for people auditioning and that kind of thing. And so we did. That's what we did. Here it is. Visuality.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Did I vamp for long enough? Did you? Yay!
That was perfect. I don't know, Mossy, how your timing's so perfect, but it just is. I'm so grateful.
It's my time in high school and theater, I guess. I don't know.
Oh no, we're both theater kids. That probably says a lot more about us than... Oh, don't worry. My entire personality is not Epic the Musical. Only like 1% of me is.
It's good. I can't
It's so
lie.
good.
It's good.
I've literally done, we're about to have ads, so I'm gonna run an ad and just talk about bullshit,
Cool.
for a second.
I'm
But,
gonna turn the light on in my room because it's dark and scary in here.
yeah, it's later by you than it is me, so yeah, it's
It
probably
is-
darker.
Oh, we should talk about that actually in a little bit. But hold on.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, I've done 2 concerts so far, and I've done an Epic the musical song at each concert. Cause I love it so much, it brain rots me. But it's so good! It's so good. You can't blame me. Honestly, musicals just in general are great. Oh, Mossy got close. Mossy got close. Hi.
Hi.
I was like, you got all the way over by me. I was like, hello. Hi. I keep going taller than you. Mossy is canonically taller than me, so I'm like, I keep
It's
trying to make
true.
myself shorter, and I'm like, what? I don't know. I've been told.
Canonically and IRL taller than you, I think. So.
Yeah, so literally, canonically, in every sense of the word, Mossy is much taller than me. Like
the lore of it all.
a whole like 4 inches on me, all like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty tall.
And I'm not that short. Like, I'm not short really either. Like, I'm a good height.
No.
I'm pretty tall. Like, if I was to go to VidCon, because that's happening this weekend. You remember VidCon? I know. I
Trust me,
know.
I do.
Oh, God. I remember fighting with security guards every year at VidCon. And I
Yeah.
got to the point where I was like, if I ever go again, I'm going to make buttons that say, I survived VidCon and all I got was a... Oh no, it was I fought security at VidCon and all I got was the stupid button.
That's so funny.
I was gonna make buttons and I was like, why? Why even do it? And it never went back.
Love
But yeah, speaking of conventions, that's actually a personal goal of mine, is to be able to get V-Duality some convention appearances potentially.
Oh yeah.
Once we're a bit
Like
more
Offline or
established.
something.
Yeah, like we could do. I mean, Offkai's probably on the mind because it's happening this weekend as
Yes,
well, I
that
believe.
was- yes.
Yeah. But yeah, like Offkai, even like smaller conventions, you know, like I know Anime Impulse, for example, really likes a lot of different groups and stuff. What happened with my alert? Uh-oh. Thank you so much. I don't know why my alert didn't go through for you. But thank you. Thank you, Spider Lilyu. Lilyu. That's cute.
Oh, Spider Lily. I know
Yeah,
Spider Lily.
Spider Lily. That's cute.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm like butchering names and then I'm like gushing over it. I just like everybody's names, okay? But yeah, conventions are a personal goal of mine. I think it'll be really fun. I have messaged, you guys know that company that does like the little TVs that like roam around? There's a couple of them now.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I do have contact with one of those companies, so we could
Snap.
potentially get something arranged for a convention actually. See, guys, this is what I'm saying. Like, we're not telling you everything that we have behind the scenes, but I promise you there's things. There's hints and pieces that we could hint at. Yeah, hold on. I'm supposed to answer a question now. Will you be at Offkai Expo? The convention literally happening in less than 3 days from now? No.
No.
I actually almost got tickets, but
Me too.
Anime Expo is like right around the corner.
Yeah.
I just don't think so. I think, depending on how Anime Expo goes this year, which I'm not super happy with Anime Expo right now because they've actually been using AI for some promo, and
really?
yeah, so I'm like not happy. It's very minimal, but it's there. So I depending on how I feel about Anime Expo around like February next year, we'll see if
Yeah.
I go to Offkai instead, because they always happen around the same time. Like they're a couple weeks apart, but like they're around the same time. But I can't do both.
I've never been to Offkai. I want to go. I just
Same.
my schedule was kind of up in the air at this time around, so I didn't
Yeah.
do it. But
Yeah, I mean we've been busy. We've both been really busy. So yeah, it's okay. But yeah, I'm supposed to answer a question now. Not a
Yes.
not a joke question. I'm sorry, I'm not stalling anymore. Which question am I doing?
The where one.
I did that one. The operations?
Oh, the why one?
Why did you create a group? Who or what inspired you? So okay, I'm trying to be stream safe with this.
Okay, wait. Let me just start by saying,
Yeah, you go
I
first.
have had good experiences with auditions,
Yes.
and I think the people involved with that know who they are. And I've also had bad experiences with auditions, and they know who they are. I've told them. So
I love that. I've told them.
so I think that was our main thing, right? I mean, you can answer the question, but I feel like that starting there is a good place to start. So
Yeah, I think with what you said, I'll leave it there. Otherwise, this VOD will have to be deleted.
yeah, which we don't want.
No. Yeah, we gotta use this VOD. By the way, I have no ill will towards anybody. It's just more of something we
No.
can laugh at. But I'm like, But yeah, we basically felt that we had bad experiences and good experiences, and that we could make both better.
Yes.
And we were like, we both, honestly, because we were both messaging each other every time we attended or participated in an audition.
Yeah.
Just to like,
Well, it helped that some of the time we were auditioning for the same thing.
it did help.
Wait, I see you.
Yeah, it's like,
in Discord.
yeah, oh my god, you're there! Oh my gosh, so cool! And then we would be like,
Yeah.
how did it go? And it's like, shrug. But yeah, we've been through all the processes. We know what it's like. And we just felt that there was a lot to be improved, both good and bad, from what we experienced. And yeah, so we felt we could do better.
Yes.
I don't want to say do better. I just felt like we could really, really
Well,
do well.
In some ways, do better. For
Yes.
sure, as far as the feedback is concerned and things like that. But again, not everyone had that problem. So
Yeah. Like we basically when you experience something, whether it's good or whether it's negative or positive, I don't want to say like good or bad necessarily, but when your own perception is negative or positive, a certain thing, regardless of the outcome, you do learn something from it. So
Yeah.
we're basically just taking things that we have learned from multiple processes, have figured out what we have agreed on what does and does not work, and that's what we're doing for V-Duality. You're being the improvement you want to see in the world. Exactly. Thank you, Natalie, for rephrasing my words for me. Natalie is one of those people who is also in my head, like, constantly. Natalie, and then Demon might be lurking. Demon is another pal who we literally are the same person sometimes, and it's kind of scary.
I love that.
But yeah, so that's why V-Duality was born. It was born out of wanting to improve and create something that we would both enjoy being a part of, and we know others would enjoy being a part of.
Sorry, I sneezed.
Oh no, you're good. I just thought you did a cute little bounce. I was like, yeah.
I just sneezed really, really hard. Anyway.
I think we got all those questions. I needed to go
Yeah.
back to... Okay, you asked this one, but we'll both answer different things probably. It's the 3 month, 6 month year.
Oh yes. I want to hear what you have to say on that, actually.
You can ask the question. That way chat knows what
Oh.
it is.
I thought you were gonna answer it. Sorry, my bad. Here's our current listed final question, I believe, right? Yes.
Yeah, I think this is the final one.
What are V-Duality's goals for the next 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year? Big
Sorry,
question.
I had to burp.
How dare you?
I'm so okay. So here, before I answer this question, fun fact: if you talk a lot and drink a lot of water, it will make you gassy as well. And there's actually a fun little like tidbit. Anybody who has recorded an audiobook also has hours of them burping on record.
That's very funny.
It is very it's funny and it's true.
It's a very good fact.
So yeah, I drink a lot of water and then I get gassy, so I apologize. I say as I sip more
Doesn't
water.
happen with me and my Dr. Pepper for sure.
Anyway, so our goals. So I think I'm going to speak pretty generally here because, you know, this is going to change depending on our talents, of course, and how things evolve for everybody. So I think within the next 3 months, we're going to get key art for everybody. I'd like for us to be able to have some type of landing page or website, and you'll start to see some initial collabs form during those first 3 months. How about you, Mossy, for those first 3 months? What do you kind of expect the same, probably?
Probably around the same. If it's a person coming in who doesn't have any like a concept for a VTuber, I think that would be during those 3 months as well, as we would help them probably figure that out. Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
That would also be taking place. So, you know, that would also be if people want redesigns and things like that too. Yeah. Probably around the 6-month mark, people would finally be fully established if they've got redesigns. 6 months in, we might start getting some, we might seek out, you know, things like sponsorships and stuff to help support the group further. Look into some other options. Depending on how well things are going, we might consider figuring out how to add in more talents at that time, potentially, for maybe a wave 2, maybe start planning process around there. But 6-month period will probably be letting things kind of establish and grow a little bit further.
Right. And also, you know, putting out like more collab content and more like art with everybody involved and that kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing, like, we'll get some clips made, you know, we'll get some shorts made, post them on the socials, of course. We want to make sure that everybody that's in V-Duality is equally represented as a part of V-Duality, because everybody's going to be pivotal. We want everybody to kind of have their own identity, but also, you know, we want everybody to have their own identity, but also be a part of V-Duality. So, something that you actually will see, which I don't think we've actually touched on, is when you're with V-Duality, you're expected to collab with members of V-Duality. You don't have to collab with everybody every single month or something, but like,
no,
you know, like if Mossy and I, for example, you know, we want to do like one stream every other month or something, and we want to just yap for 3 hours or something, and that's the stream. I don't think we'll do that. We might do one stream like that, maybe, but again, anything's possible. But you know, if we were like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do, like, that's good. That's fine. That counts as a collab. But also, if we want to do like a big group collab, like a Repo night or something, where everybody's gonna play Repo. Do you have Repo, Mossy?
I do.
Okay, we need to play that at some time.
We do.
I'm addicted, actually. I
like it. It's fun.
Yeah, but like fun collab games like that. So, you know, that can also be something else. So I think collabs also make the creative process a lot easier because you can like really bounce off of others, you know? You know, I think you've done a lot more collab-y stuff with so many different groups of people. So
yes.
Not you calling us cowards. Oh, I can't wait for my Oshi from V-Duality at TwitchCon. Yeah, I will be going to TwitchCon. Anime Expo and TwitchCon. You should go. I don't have a hotel because I drive, but
That's fine. I need to figure that out, but it's it's so hard to do anything during the year, but it's fine.
I know, I feel you, but there's still time. It's in October this year, so you've even got more time than normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll try.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be great. You should be going. We can do like a little mod meetup. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
That'd be amazing. Oh my god. I can tell Colossus how cool they are in person.
Yeah, no, he's the coolest actually. For real.
For real. I believe it. Hi Seth, welcome. We are yapping about V-Duality. As you know, our VTuber group. Yay!
Yay!
I need to answer the last part of our last question.
the
By the
1
way,
year.
if you guys do have questions, please feel free to send them in. It's okay if it's a repeat. We'll go over things. We've been talking for like an hour now, so don't worry. Things are forgotten, and we will remind you. Thank you for the hydrate. I will hydrate. Mossy will probably sip Dr. Pepper.
Not the call out. Jeez.
I mean, you embrace it though, so am I really calling you out? See, Zup supports
I am
you.
sipping my Dr. Pepper. So
Okay, here, I'll get back to the question. So, for the 1 year mark, I definitely want to do something really fun for the anniversary. Of like
Yeah.
everybody debuting under V-Duality and also just V-Duality's launch. We might do something fun. I'd love to do some contests and stuff and have like a prize, you know, for like the community and stuff. You know, everybody can kind of rally behind. But yeah, this is gonna be, you know, 1 year, you know, we'll kind of see, we'll definitely be a lot farther in our goals than we are right now, you know, and a lot of things can happen in a year. Like, a lot can happen in 3 to 6 months, let's be real, but like a lot can happen in a year. So I might not even be in the US in a year. So like that would change the whole business model too if that happens. So, you know, things will happen. By the way, I'm not like, it's not like that. I want to live in a different country. That is it.
I got you.
Yeah, I was like, I have to say things just with like the world right now, so I was like, oh. I was like, let me, yeah. But go ahead. Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
Too. No, you're fine. I think another thing too that I really want to try to do throughout that year is to do community like streams and nights and things. I think if you want to be a talent too, I think you'd have to be like willing to participate and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like we really do want to be very like community involved, and that includes talents, mods. We're calling the community duelists, by the way. So if you join the server, you're a duelist. So get ready to do. I'm kidding. That's not our tagline. Obviously, that is copyright. But it was loosely inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm not gonna lie.
Of course.
Well, hey, it works.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something that wasn't really asked, but we didn't really touch on. Nat, don't look at me like that. Nat, don't look at. Nat is disappointed in me. We got Yu-Gi-Oh in your server? Is there a Yu-Gi-Oh bot? I don't know. Maybe we'll add one if there's a request. V-Duality's mirror. V-Duality's mirror.
Yes.
So a lot of our like symbols and stuff. So if you want to show off that V-Duality has its own Oshi marks, essentially. The main one is like the little sparkle emoji that has like 3 little stars. But also the mirror. And the reason for the mirror is because, and hopefully we can get this art done at some point. I just need to find an artist that we both like for it. And also we have to like, I don't know how I feel about giving an artist a picture of my real face and being like, draw me, because what if they draw me ugly? But like, but the original idea, sorry, that was like an intrusive thought, but
they draw me and I'm ugly. That's crazy.
But what if, anyway, I was, sorry, I'm a little giggle shit.
That really got me. Alright.
But, the idea was we were gonna have our original, like, concept key art was actually gonna be, art of, Mossy and I on either side of a mirror, like, looking through, like a looking glass kind of situation, you know? But then also a version where we were looking at our model selves, like our IRL self looking at our model self, you know, because the whole thing of duality, you can do both face cam and VTubing if you want. And who knows, maybe that art will come out at some point, but I'm just letting y'all know that's a thing. Maybe somebody can draw it. I don't know. But yeah. I remembered. So anyway, if you want to show yourself as a fan of V-Duality before we get our talents cast, you put all their Oshi marks in your, you know, Twitter handle so that it's 1,000,000 miles long. I I love handles like that though, actually, because I always try to figure out which combos go together, and I'm like, who is that? But yeah, V-Duality is the mirror and the little sparkle emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be I think that's something that would be important too. Like we would have like in your Twitter somewhere or whatever you use, we would probably have to like you would have to have V-Duality on there somewhere.
Yes, that's one of our very few requirements. Yeah, the talents have to say that they're with V-Duality on their socials.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, think of like the, I don't know, V-Shoujo is like the first thing that comes to mind. All of them have V-Shoujo linked somewhere on their like stuff. Some of them have it in their name, some of them have it in their bio. Yeah. Wow, who would have thought? You'd be surprised.
You would be surprised. There's so many things we've added to that application form that I was like, I've seen questions that people ask that are like, I don't know. I don't know, maybe we gotta be obvious about some things, you know? We gotta nip it in the bud from the start, you know?
Yeah, we were like, we really want to make it as smooth as clearly I can't talk. I'm trying to say I want it to be as smooth as a process as possible, but clearly speaking wasn't easy there. Who'd have thunk? Yeah, you'd be surprised, but you know, we just want to make it easy. We want to make sure that there's as little guesswork as possible. We want to make life easier and more fun, not difficult. That being said, when we kind of touched on it, because applications will probably take at least a week to review. We're hopeful our timeline is a week, but again, join the Discord. That's where we'll be making a lot of the update announcements, because we have to make sure that we stay in the Twitter algorithm's good graces. So thank you everybody who has like retweeted and quoted and all of that for our posts so far. Mine, Mossy's, and the V-Duality ones. It's super appreciative. I have never seen reach on any of my posts like that before. Shout out Muella. I stole your Twitter guide. That is how I learned how to use Twitter.
I love Moo. She's the best.
Yeah, she's funny. I've been going through a lot of her stuff. Very, very entertaining.
I know.
So I'm very appreciative actually of you, because you sent me the stream, so I was like, woo, 4 hours of knowledge, let's go. But speaking of knowledge, Mossy and I are also learning new things all the time too. So as we learn new things, our talents are gonna be benefiting from that knowledge. And we learn a lot.
Rigging.
Yeah, Mossy knows how to rig, so like that's something too.
I mean, I do my best.
Mossy rigged her their current model. You know, it's got physics. It does stuff.
It moves around.
It moves.
I do notice some flaws, but it's okay.
That's okay.
Like
you learn. Okay. Yeah, we learn. But does anybody else in chat have any other questions for us? I'm just double checking in the server. You guys can post them in the server. You guys can post them in chat. Whatever your little hearts desire. We're so happy to have you. But yeah, in general, be above the 18 or above. We want everything on the audition form to be filled out. It is all mandatory for a reason. Sorry, I'm gassy again. You know, everything's going to be kind of customized for our talents. You know, we're really going to adapt from our talents, and we're going to continue improving ourselves. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm like, what are all the questions? But V-Duality is kind of our brainchild, as Mossy likes to put it, and it's really the goal is to basically create a really great group that could eventually become an agency even, that we can be proud of from our past experiences. I'm forgetting things.
Yes.
Do you want to add on, Mossy, to anything?
We are first and foremost right now a group who wants to build a community. So if you are not interested in being a talent, or if you do not make it through the talent process, we still want you to be part of this community. It is going to be a helpful resource of positive and kind people in the VTubing space. So
yeah, yes. We are going to be encouraging people to post, you know, if, especially, the Discord is really going to be the place to be for most of this. To be honest, that is going to be the heart and soul of the community. But like, we want people to show off when they're going live. We want people to show off cool things that they're working on. If you got a new model design and you want to show it off, post it in there. You know, if you want to collab with people and you want open invite to everybody in V-Duality, or when our talents are cast, if they want to collab with the community, they will also post in there. So it's really going to be a very, you know, kind of in a way, a group like you haven't really seen before. Because of how open and transparent we're gonna be, without being parasocial. Don't be parasocial.
No.
Don't be parasocial. But have fun. Be cool.
Yes.
Don't do bad things. I don't know where I was going with that, but
Make good choices. I feel like that was the next step of what you were saying.
yeah, it's fine, because that's what I say at the end of my streams. I always go, make good choices. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see you next time. Like, that's how I always end every stream. Which, speaking of which, for people who are, watch me normally, Make Good Choices merch might be coming. I'm finalizing a design because I think it's really cute. I want a hat. I want a hat that has kanji on it that says Make Good Choices because I think it'd be cute. So.
Thank you.
But Melissa, no, you gotta be good. I know you want to have the bad thoughts. I know you want to be low chaos gremlin. It's the nature of this chat, and honestly, Mossy's a little bit too. I've been in your chat. I know what it's like. I'm there causing chaos. But yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to think if like we got all of the main points kind of summarized. Oh, yes, there is a stream requirement. It is 3 streams a month minimum, but we're willing to kind of like work with that, you know, if there's like other content going on in the background. We're flexible with like work schedules and life schedules, you know. Like if this is like a real life example that I've seen happen and I've seen people get cut for. Oh, yes, I will get to that in 1 second, Clover. I will get to that in 1 second. But yes, you know, we're gonna be willing, because like, for example, if you get in like a car accident, right? And you're in like, it's like a bad car accident, you know, heaven forbid, but like, if that happened and you were in the hospital and like you weren't able to even get in contact with us, like we're gonna give you a little bit of time, you know. Like we're not heartless people. We're very understanding, you know, and like we might reach out, you know, a couple times. If we're not hearing from you, you know, we're still gonna give you like a month or two, you know, to respond to us. And then if you respond to us, let us know what happened. Like, oh yeah, take your time. You know, you need to recover and be good. But yeah, like we're gonna be willing to work with you on just every step of the way. PNG tubers are okay. Everybody who, if you live 2D, 3D VTube, PNG tube, I think I even said if you do one of those weird like photorealistic models or something, those are all okay.
It's a PNG tuber.
It is, yeah, it is a PNG technically. Yeah, you're right. I know there's like even that new program that kind of mixes live 2D and PNG tubing, which is really cool. I've been seeing it on TikTok. That's allowed. And yeah, if you are, you know, and if you're in one of those forms, but those forms, this is your pre-evolution. But, you know, if you are looking to get a new type of model, you know, if you're PNG and want 3D, or you're 3D and want 2D, or 2D and want 3D, you know, we'll work with you. We, you know, Mossy and I both know people and have vetted artists and riggers and things. So that's part of what we'll offer talents, is we can help you get something new if you want something new. Or if you want to just improve on what you have or keep what you have, that's perfectly fine too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Well, I'm going through the fun facts, not the questions. I'm like, look at everybody's fun facts. Woo! This is my waiting room music. It's like from Portal, like do 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 do. Have you played Portal?
You know, my experience with Portal, it's kind of funny. I have played Portal, but only Portal 2, and I only played Portal 2 because I was recording gaming content for a YouTube channel.
Okay.
So I had to play all of Portal 2 in one day, which is not the greatest way to play
Oh,
Portal 2,
that
I
is
will
that
be
is
honest.
that is not a fun way to play it. Oh my god, I'm so
No.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. At
Oh
least
my
I got
goodness.
paid.
Hell yeah, get that bag. Get that bag. Oh! Speaking of bags, the donation link should be working now, by the way.
Yeah.
It just won't pop up for alerts right now. I will get that situated. But yeah, when you are a V-Duality talent, there is going to be a group donation link. So in order to get paid from that link, you do need to have a PayPal account, and you do have to link it to Pally. Which we would obviously walk you through that process because we want to make sure you get your portion.
Yeah.
How the split will be is, to start off, everybody will be equal. And we'll see how that goes. Depending on how activity level fluctuates, we may adjust it based off of hours streamed. So that those who maybe are streaming more might get more, and those who aren't don't. But yeah, it's a good question. It's a good. I don't think we fully addressed it either.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, so that might be something that we consider, but to start, everybody will get an exactly even split. Mossy and I will kind of decide our percentages. I don't know if I will really take much at all. It'll just kind of depend, because I really want, basically anything I spend is going to go back into V-Duality. Like, hell, I'm actually going to put money into it so that everybody gets paid. Like, so, like, that's for, like, Mossy and I to decide, but we'll also base it off of how many talents we have, because obviously the split will be smaller the more talents we have, too.
Right.
So yeah, like, obviously if we have 3 talents plus us, you know, everybody can get, like, 20%, right? But if we have, like, 7 talents plus us, everybody's getting closer to, like, 10%. So we'll kind of gauge that. Will the company get any percent of talent self-obtained revenue? Go to the agency, or will... No, so at this time, it's just the dono link. I'm gonna snooze this ad, hold on. Like, this is a good question.
Yes, it is a good question.
So, and I'm sorry, feel free to stop me at any time, Mossy.
No, you're good. No, no, it's basically yes, no, we will not. Sorry, I did the California thing of yes, no. That's very funny. No, we will not take any of your personal revenue that you get from streams. Because again, we are a group.
Yep.
And, not an agency as of right now. So.
Yep. And honestly, the moment we start requiring a cut, that just gets really complicated. So like, everybody needs to do their own taxes. I'm not doing anybody's taxes. The most we would do is probably the dono link, depending on how much that gets. I believe there might be a form that everybody has to fill out, but I believe since it goes to everybody's PayPal, it's just through your PayPal account. I will double check on that.
Yeah.
But I do believe since Pally pays out to your PayPal, it is just PayPal's tax form, which if you already get a lot from your PayPal, it's already the same form. You know how it works. If you don't, that's okay. We can cross that bridge when it happens. But yeah. No, tax services are not coming soon, Colossus. I don't know how to count. Don't make me count, okay? I'm a dancer. I can count to 16, and that is it. But yeah, great question. But yeah, no, the donation link is primarily how we will be paying everybody, because it keeps everybody's finances separate. Everybody's in charge of their own stuff. I will say, my personal caveat is we want those funds to go back into your content, right? We want that to go towards your models. We want that to go towards stream assets. So if, you know, it's payout day, and I see you spent $1,000 on V-Bucks, and then come to me and ask for help paying for your model. No. Because you just blew your money. So no V-Bucks for Zup. No V-Bucks for Zup from Melissa. So yeah, or if somebody's like, oh, I really want this game, but it's like $80. Well, you had 100 in your dono. Where to go?
Right.
So if you're responsible with your money, that'll be good. But also, if we're seeing that, we might lower your percentage, and we might, we might divvy that to talents who are being a little bit more responsible, and putting it back into their stuff. Or if you genuinely want, because I personally, I won't speak for Mossy on this because Mossy's money is their own, but honestly, I will probably buy a lot of things for V-Duality when it comes to like fun art. Like if there's so many times I'm on VGen, let's just say for a second, I fucking love VGen. We're such VGen stans. I'm absolutely in love with VGen, and I spend so much time and money on there. I will probably scroll through, find like cute chibis and be like, oh, I want to get one for everybody in V-Duality, and then I'll gift it to you. So like, that's something too that will probably happen. Hi Shannon, welcome in.
I've been literally waiting for a chance to to commission people, because I see like art where it's like 2 people or more, and I'm like, oh, I would love that, and then I'm like, I don't have people who would do that with me.
Right, I feel the same, and I'm like, but it would be so cute.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Ooh, do you want to read Zup's question?
Yeah, is there going to be an NDA off the bat, or will that be more of something for official agency time? I think probably the latter.
Yeah, agency time.
Yeah, we wouldn't be doing it at first.
Just everything's gonna be kind of a general handshake agreement up front. Obviously, we're gonna tell everybody when they can announce themselves as being part of V-Duality. And like if there's certain things that are under wraps, like obviously if somebody has a secret debut coming up or something, we don't want that being spoiled. Nobody wants that being spoiled. So if we, mistakes happen, but if it's like an issue that's constantly happening, then we may have to talk with a talent or something. But otherwise, just general respect for each other is going to go a long way up front. And general handshake agreements, which are technically legally binding, I have found out. So virtual handshake, everybody. You saw nothing. Anyway. Or you saw everything. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's gonna be an ad running, so we can talk about bullshit for a second, or if you want to speak more to like NDAs or anything like that. Not the cheek puff.
I had a burp now.
The Dr. Pepper's catching up.
Sorry. Wow.
No, you're good.
Yeah. What are we talking about? NDA stuff?
Yeah, just kind of like nothing really. Like, what would be like? What's something that like if somebody talked about it and we didn't have an NDA, you would consider? Yeah, they would be kicked out. Like, what's something?
I think anyone who like is going around and I mean, hey, it's prevalent in the VTubing community these days. But like people going around and like talking bad about their fellow talents would probably be something I would be like, hey,
yeah,
we either have to have a very serious conversation or you're out of here, because I'm too old for that shit.
We're old. We're old. I'm not even 30. 30 isn't even old. 30's not even old. Oh.
I am 30. It's fine. It's fine. No, but yeah. So it's too much. I'm not dealing with back and forths.
Yeah, just
like that.
Yeah, like as long as people are like good and professional and nice, like we're not gonna have problems. If you think you're gonna be somebody who has problems, don't apply.
Not about it.
But yeah, what'd you say?
I said we're not about it.
Yeah, we're not
Get
about
out
it.
of
We're not about it. I thought you said something like shady, and I was like, Moxie!
here. Like we're not so and so. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
Oh no, I was like, there goes the VOD. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Honestly, I really don't have like tea on anybody or anything. It's just things that have happened, honestly, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
And it's like, even then, I don't wish anybody ill will or anything. It's just
the only
how it
tea I
went.
like is actual tea.
I don't like even actual tea.
Well, I do.
Yeah! You know what I like? Do you know what a kolache is?
Yes.
They're so good. I love them so much. There's a place by me that makes them, and I go there every Saturday morning, and I get that and a caramel frap. Oh,
Nice.
it's so good. I get like, they have ones that are like bacon and egg and cheese, and then they also have ones that are like ham and Swiss cheese. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
good. It's so good.
I
Sorry,
haven't
now
had one of those in so long.
I'm making myself hungry now. Oh, well, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. Are there any lingering questions from anybody? Final call for questions. Otherwise, you can always direct them to us in the Discord. You can ask them in general. I don't mind. Or if you want it to be a little bit more private, you can also open a support ticket. Support tickets are going to be our best friends, honestly, for any like private questions. Open those up. Let us know your questions. Just maybe don't spam them. You know, if you're asking us a question every day, I might ask you to tone it down a little bit in there. But
Yeah, we could
otherwise,
also consider making like a Q&A like forum channel potentially. So if people have a similar question, they can.
you're smart. That's what we'll be doing. We'll be publishing our Q&A questions and their answers.
Yeah.
We'll be publishing them, I'm gonna say within a week. Because life is busy. But probably within a week, probably less, but give us at least a week. We'll have them all posted. And yeah, just as you guys see posts going out on socials, we really appreciate you to continue like sharing those with friends and people who might apply, because we do really want to see all of these like cool unique takes on applications. There is no wrong answer. You know, as we've already said, we're really adaptable for what we're looking for, and we don't know if we found it until we find it, you know? You're all our little diamonds, you know? You're all little sparkles and gems, and we're digging to find you.
Yes, absolutely. And also, I think a big thing that I want to also emphasize, because this process can be really intimidating for a lot of people, is that it doesn't, you don't have to be an incredible editor or anything like that for your audition. Would that be like cool? Yes, of course. It would show off another one of your talents, right? But obviously, if you're not an editor, that's totally fine if you're just talking about yourself for those 2 minutes, or showing clips or whatever, right? So it's totally fine. I would almost even I'm not gonna say I prefer it, but because I don't want people to be like, oh, this is what Melissa wants. No, it's not what I want. But I'm just saying, like, I'd rather have a super not edited clip that really gets us to see who you are as a creator, than a super hyper edited CapCut collage of your best moments where you're winning Fortnite. Like, you know, one of those is going to show me who you are as a person, and one of those is going to show me your editing skills. I'll be honest, the one that has more of who you are as a person / creator is going to go miles farther than flashy effects. Right. Now, if you can do both, then you got 2 thumbs up, you know? Hey.
Yeah. So if you want to edit things, definitely just find that happy medium is what I'm going to best recommend you. And I wasn't trying to shade CapCut, by the way. It's very helpful. So if you guys if you guys do use something like, it's completely fine. We all know like those obnoxious like TikTok edits of like TV shows and stuff that we see on like our For You page. No, I like them too. I'm guilty. They show up for a reason. But like I just wanted to put that out there too, of like, you know, there is no wrong answer, but we want to see who you are as a person and creator first and foremost.
Yes.
Just have fun with it.
Go over the 2 minutes.
Yeah, we'll only watch 2 minutes. So even if you can go over. We just aren't gonna watch past the 2-minute mark, unfortunately. If we did that for everybody, it will take like a month. We are 2 people. And we have to do it together, because if we don't do it together, it won't get done. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that is about it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's any actual final call. I'm the bar, keep closing down the tavern. Final call.
Time.
What is it?
Open
Up the doors
and let you out
into the world. We got there in the end. We got there in the end. I did not remember the lyrics. I was like, da da. Oh my god, I was doing a different song. It was like, don't tell me it's not so. Why are they the same tune? Oh no! Oh no!
Never believe it's on.
So-
It's magic.
Yeah, it's magic! Oh my god.
That's crazy. A very different song.
It's very different. Oh, actually, I thought of one more thing, and then we'll wrap things up.
Mm.
You don't have to have lore if you don't want lore. But if you do want lore, amazing. I personally have lore, and lore will be more important for me within the next year or so. But it is not a requirement for anybody.
That's actually another service that I would be willing to help you with as a talent. As I am an author, so I love lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mossy's like big time author. Low key.
No, not really. But thank you.
I've read
Yeah.
your stuff. It's good. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, so you don't need to have lore. But if you have lore, we will also help you with that. Yeah, Mossy Lore Master. We love it. We love it. I'm a big fan of lore. It's one of the reasons I personally got into VTubing was I was like, oh my god, I can be an anime girl and it can make sense.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, cool, I'm gonna do this. And then Nat, who was here in chat earlier, I don't know, she still might be lurking. I was like, Nat really likes lore stuff, and so I went to Nat and I was like, hey, so I wrote myself into a legal problem.
What?
So I could say this. This is kind of the end of Q&A. So if you were watching the VOD for Q's to be aid, you can stop watching here. We're just gonna yap for like a minute or two. My original lore was I fell into, and it's because of IPs. I fell into a like anime hub world, and it was based off of Chainsaw Man, which is why I'm a fiend. Because in Chainsaw Man, all of like the like in between devils are called fiends.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm a fiend. I'm like power, hell yeah. And then basically from that hub world, the lore was to jump into different anime worlds, and then I was like, oh, I've written myself into a legal problem. I can't do that. So
That's so funny.
yeah, so I was on a call with Nat like a couple months ago, and I was like, Nat, help me fix this. So, anyway, point is, we both like lore, but you don't have to.
No.
You don't have to. You don't have to have lore. If you need help creating lore, Mossy is fantabulous at coming up with lore, and will definitely help you with that if you're a talent. And maybe if you're not, you can still ask nicely, and maybe Mossy will still help.
Yeah, I'll help. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's it from us for today. I'm sorry, I burped again. But yeah, I think that's it from us today. For those of you who are here for your regularly scheduled Melissa programming, we do something every stream where there's a prediction of, did I remember to fill up my waters for the day? Today's guess was less than 1% yes, and more than 99% no. Well,
What's the answer?
the answer is yes. I did fill up my waters. Y'all, They had no faith in me today. They had
That's
no faith in me,
crazy.
Mossy. Wow.
That's crazy.
And I have 3
Of
water
course.
bottles. I filled all 3 water bottles.
Of course she did. She's on a stream with a water fairy. What do you expect her not to have her water?
Yeah, I don't have water. Mossy's gonna like take the water from me, and then I'll be dehydrated.
It's true. That's why I drink Dr. Pepper. I'm already infinite with water.
Yeah. We know you? What do you mean you know me?
Wow.
Wow. I'm gonna remember that, Shadow. I'm gonna remember that when I'm going through and redoing all my commands. And I'm gonna remember that. And I'm gonna remember that when I decide on whether I should get rid of your sound effect. I wouldn't, but I would.
Not the Guzzlord.
But I not the Guzzlord. Oh, not the Guzzlord indeed. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm gonna put us over to our credit scene. We can wish the people well.
Hey,
But
thanks for being here, everyone.
yeah, here, you say goodbyes and then I'll do my goodbye and then we'll end this thing
Okay.
and then we'll probably giggle and call for a minute and jump out.
Okay. I'm gonna bring my wings up.
Yeah, here,
There we go.
I'm gonna move.
Boom. Wow.
Guys, look at Mossy's
Hey,
wings.
everyone.
Here,
Hey.
this is your stream now.
Thanks for thanks for being here and listening to us yap and talk about actually very important things in regards to via duality, everyone. I really appreciate you. It's been an absolute blast, and you guys had some really good questions. So, thank you. If you have more questions, go to the Discord. That's it for me. Now I'm gonna move over here.
I'm like, woo! No, you can come back on. Okay, get back over here. I'm like, get back over here. But yes, thank you all so much for watching and for being here. Thank you for all your excellent questions. If anything else does arise, definitely join the V-Duality Discord. You guys can find the link over on the V-Duality page. I also have our Twitter linked here for V-Duality, or our Twitch linked here for V-Duality, which does have the Twitter and Blue Sky links, which do have the links for you there. But yeah, make good choices. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Apply for V-Duality. And I'll see you next time. On Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be part of a raid train for Pride Month with the VTuber Creator Club for Twitch. So definitely show up and be there. It'll be a good fun time. All right.
Yeah.
And with that, have a good night. Have good time zones. Bye-bye. I need to remember to mute you. There we go.